In a world where respect is earned, not given, where loyalty is tested on the road and character is revealed in the storm, where MC protocol is the foundation of a culture. One man stood tall and built something that couldn't be shaken. He didn't follow trends. He created legacy. He didn't chase recognition. He commanded respect. From the pavement to the brotherhood, from vision to reality, he founded more than a catchy catchphrase. He created a movement. A movement to educate, preserve, and promote traditional motorcycle protocols, respect, and brotherhood, by guiding riders to understand the history, customs, and responsibility that define true motorcycle culture in living life sucker free. In this trilogy, we recognize the man behind the mission, the voice behind the values, and the founder who helped shape the culture. Ladies and gentlemen, riders and road warriors, it's time to welcome the founder of Sucka Free MC, founder, leader, visionary, a name that stands on respect and a legacy that rides forever. We live sucker free. So without further ado, and without hesitation, I'm going to bring in my co-host, no other than the impeccable, the one and only Doc Remy. How are you doing tonight, Doc Remy?
Man, I am doing fantastic, awesome, dopalistic, and I'm in the building.
That's all you had to say, Doc. In the building. How y'all doing tonight?
Good evening, everyone. KSolo got me out here on a Sunday evening.
On a Sunday evening, folks, I'm telling you, man, but we just had to get it in. It's time constraint. That's all it is, folks, time constraint. We just want to just say, hey, we want to give full attention to tonight's episode. And we're going to jump right in this thing because we got a lot of ground to cover, and we're going to be diving deep. Like I say, if you have questions that you want answers to, drop them in the comment. We're going to storm. We're going to roll around to them. If Doc got to highlight them, we're going to bring the producer, going to bring them back, but we're going to get your question answered tonight. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome you. How you doing, Dynamite? Can you see the people names, Doc?
I do. I see Marie. Oh, she says she can't hear us.
Can't hear us?
Yeah.
Good evening from the Hillbilly. Can you guys hear us? Make sure you can hear us. If you can hear us, give us a thumbs up.
Marie Prophet says she can't hear us. Hey, what's up, Doc? Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Can everybody hear us? Give us a thumbs up, a like.
Gotcha. Now she says she got us now. Okay. Thank you, Marie.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Every time we fire the platform up, it's always something. But listen, folks, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring our special guest in because we're going to dive into this conversation, Doc, and we're going to open him up like a can of
sardines.
Sardine.
That's my go-to one on the road too. I'll eat me a can of sardines real quick.
Cars of sardines, man. So listen, folks, without further ado, come on in here, Preach. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm feeling like an open can of sardines, baby.
Hey, man, we about ready to open you up, man. Hey, look, I'm trying to think. I said, what else can I get a can of that's pretty good, man? But you can't go wrong with a can of sardines, especially when you're on the road.
Nope.
There you go.
What's going on, Garnett, man? Thank you for joining us tonight. Enjoy seeing you at the Taco Run, my brother. Appreciate the love and support you've always given the channel. You've been there since day one, man. Day one, top tier supporter indeed. Come on in, folks. Once again, if you can hear us and see us good and clear, hey, what's going on, Logic? Just give us a thumbs up, and we'll greatly appreciate it. I know we're pushing out a good signal. Doc, you're looking good, and on this end, appreciate everybody looking good. So listen, we're gonna go ahead and kind of recap a little bit. And just kind of bring people up to speed. Preach, if you would, when we touched off on our last episode, the sacrifices. Just give us a recap on the early preach decided for himself it's worth and the sacrifices of protocol preachers.
You know, that's I'm gonna struggle with that one because the question is was it worth it? And you know, since the last podcast, I've taken a lot of phone calls from people who are preaching protocol to their clubs internally. They've been thinking about starting podcasts and things, and I've gotten that question asked several times since the last podcast. Is it worth it? And maybe by the end of this episode, I'll tell you, but you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot in terms of people that you thought were your friends, people who you thought were your brothers. You know, it's going to be hard. You're going to see people who you assumed loved you. You're going to see how much people really hate you because of how much you love it. You're going to see how simple disagreements turn into death threats. You are going to wonder if you did the right thing. It's if you don't have an internal system, it's sort of like being in a club, right? I tell people, or rather being a 1%. If you ain't a 1% before you put that patch on, you ain't gonna be a 1% after you put that patch on. Mm-hmm. So if you're not built to deal with innuendos, rumors, lies, hyperbole, backstab, ostracism, demonization, then no, you're not built for this. You're not built for it. Racism, you're not built for it.
Okay. Good afternoon, Justice. Can you hear Preach? I think like your volume dipped on me a little bit there, Preach.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. It's just like it just dipped for a little bit there, but we got you good and strong over here.
Okay.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with and to stay focused on the mission.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
It's not, you know, I don't, like I've said to you, I've said in other episodes, I've never gone to anyone else's protocol page. Mm-hmm. I never peruse anyone else's page, what they do. And the reason why I do that, like I said before, is because I always wanted Sucka Free to be original. It has nothing to do with arrogance, but I didn't even want to accidentally bite what somebody else was doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was kept at 100, and I stayed within my creative lane. And one of the things that I've noticed has been consistent with protocol preachers. Once you get a degree of notoriety, I don't like the word fame, but whatever. You get a degree of notoriety, people start recognizing you, people start referring to you, the first people who are going to hate you are the people in your club. And if you're not prepared for that, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, Fat Joe had a great album many years ago called Jealous One's Envy. Shout out to Fat Joe. The first people who are going to be envious of your notoriety or the attention that you're getting are going to be the guys that you share a patch with. And I can tell you right now, I was not prepared for that because Sucka Free for me was for everybody. You understand? It wasn't preachers. In fact, um, I remember Ruthless Bill telling me, Sucka Free don't belong to you, preach. It belongs to us. I'll never forget that. I thought that was a beautiful, beautiful moment. And I always saw it that way, you know. So I always wanted my brothers to partake of it with me. I wanted them to share their experiences with the audience. You know, you got to remember we had at our height 250,000 subscribers and about 2.5 million readers weekly. I wanted brothers to share with it. You know, I had plans to franchise the whole thing and allow my brothers to take part of it, but it didn't work out that way. And that was very unfortunate, and it hurt me a great deal because I was filled with blessings. You bless it forward. I did I live my life like that. You know what I'm saying? I bless it forward. The Lord provided me a home. So that means as my friend, you'll never be homeless as long as I have a roof over my head. If I have $1 in my pocket, you got 50 cents. If you my brother, you know, that's just the way I conduct life. So that's the way I conducted Sucka Free. And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. And that was a consequence. And I noticed that other protocol preachers deal with it. They all go through it. That's one of the consistent things. The first people going to hate on you are the people in your own club. Because what happens when your club is violating protocol?
I can relate. That's all I can say. I can relate.
Okay.
Boots,
Okay.
Portland.
Okay. Word up. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. The readers who might have already had a problem with you because we posted something about a protocol violation they did. You know what happens? They like ex-wives. They real bitter. They real bitter. So now they looking at your page and they looking at everything that your club members are doing. Oh, look, Preacher's club brother wore his rags on his chest. Boom, nail it. What are you gonna do about this? What are you gonna do about that? Oh my God, you guys got support clubs. You got a 99% support, a co-ed support club with females and property, but you doing Sucka Free? How are you gonna allow that sucker stuff? You talking about suckers, but your own club doing sucker stuff. Yo, so you're gonna get crucified, man. You're gonna get crucified. I don't think people are really prepared for that. So that's number one. And it is what it is. If you black or brown and you preach in protocol, your people gonna hate you because traditional protocol is seen as white protocol. So now, oh my God, this Uncle Tom telling us that we can't be on sport bikes and wear diamonds. That's white boy protocol. So now you got brown and black hating on you because you just sharing traditional protocol. And then when you call out the racism on the white side, which you have to do if you're going to be an honest broker in this thing, now you got the white boys hating on you. So you're going to get it from all sides. And God forbid you hold women accountable to be, you know, women are all for equal rights until you treat them equally. So when you start to enforce protocol on women, oh God, then they hate on you. You know what I mean? It's surround sound hate when you love something that much. You know what I mean?
Doc,
Yeah.
hey, I got to go ahead and let you go because I can feel the heat over here in the studio.
You know, I may be cut from a different cloth, KSolo and Preach, because I've always been one of those ones who, one of these ladies out here who listen to the rules and the regulations and the procedures and the bylaws and the protocol and the things that if you tell me what I am supposed to be doing and it's legit, I'm following. I have no quarrel in that fight. You know what I mean? I'm just out here trying to ride my motorcycle. So no, I hear, I feel the heat too, but I'm telling you, like, I think it depends on who the person is. I really do.
Who's the messenger? Is that what you're saying? And the credentials of the messenger.
No,
the message she's talking about.
No, I'm talking about who's the. It depends on who the receiver is.
Who's receiving the message?
If you can't hear, if you don't understand, if you wasn't brought up, if you don't know how to read and write and know how to comprehend, it goes further than MCing. So I'm bringing my education in and my, you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, it goes deeper than I got this cut on me and now you telling me what to do. No. If you know how to receive and listen and be a student, then you'll get the message and then you are out here, you'll move differently. You know what, Preach? And I'm sorry. What? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead. Finish, Doc. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, last episode, Preach was saying the women out here, you can lay on your backs and not get no respect because the guys are talking about you, or you can earn it. And then he also said, "Wait a minute, you made me go to sleep and think about some things, Preach, because you know, you touched a couple of things, and I just didn't know how to speak. I wanted to say, but I slept on it. But I am a woman out here that's riding and pounding, and I am all about sisterhood. And I don't know. I just think it depends on the receiver and how you were brought up and your background and your environment on how you can perceive whoever is giving you the information. I don't have to say, who are you? Teach something. KSolo corrects me all the time.
Okay. Well, Doc, let me ask you something. Okay. You said KSolo corrects you all the time, right?
Yeah, and other people too.
Okay, so ahead. I'm going to ask a question. So Solo, when Doc corrects you, how do you receive the message?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, I receive it well because it's from a different perspective, and I have a lot of respect for females out there that's putting it in, that's getting it in. For me, knowing the protocol that I know, and we'll jump around with it. And Doc, you touched on it as well. I say it like this right here: for you two being as educated as you are, and you in a culture where the whole thing was based off of freedom, of breaking away from society, being an outlaw, not living traditional motorcycle life protocol, or living within the due bounds, because we already know when the motorcycle MCing thing first started out, it was men who wanted to break away from the norm, coming back from Vietnam. Am I correct?
World War II.
World War II, right. So with that being said, some of them were educated, some of them weren't educated. Some of them was, 9-to-5ers who just wanted the 9 to 5, come home. Some of them, didn't work at all. So the culture was built off of some gentlemen who just wanted a freer life. But then we want to come and we want to say, do it this way, do it that way. A lot of people want to push back on that.
But I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think you're missing a very integral component. Yeah, it was built off. I don't even know if it was freedom. I think Americans are trained to say that word, but you're not free. We're not free, because the minute we go against a certain law or thing or whatever, there are repercussions. So I don't know about the whole. I don't really subscribe to cliches, so I don't know about the whole free thing. You can easy rider that right out of here. When it comes to the culture, the guys in the beginning wanted a space to express a certain level of freedom. And they wanted to do it with like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the thing that I think is missing today. When those guys were doing it, they weren't doing protocol. They were creating a culture. You dig? So the natural process of everything happened because there is behaviors that were repeated that start to become traditions. The repeated behaviors become traditions when there's a element of respect. And that's when traditions, you have your traditions are passed down from family to family members, right? What I see in today's biker is, well, I want to do it this way.
Mm. Mhm.
And that's the problem with the word freedom, because I think the word freedom is molested and it's actually disrespect. Because there is already a culture that's established. We're allowing you into the culture. But here you go. I want to ride my sport bike and wear a diamond. I'm a female and I handle business. I ride harder than the men, so I'm going to rock a diamond.
Mm.
And, so those people will say freedom. You can't tell me what to do. I work. I'm going to wear these rags. I'm going to ride this. You can't tell me I can't wear this color. I can't do this. Freedom. That's that idea of freedom. But really, it's just a molestation of disrespect. So I don't like to use the word freedom too much because you're not free to do whatever you
I
want.
use the word freedom because of the feeling that I get when I'm out there living that lifestyle. When I'm on the road, when I'm camping,
Okay.
when I'm out there by myself in the middle of nowhere, and what motorcycling
That's
does for me. Now, the MC protocol stuff. I mean, of course, I've been in the military 22 years. I know what
okay.
what leadership is,
Okay.
and people and the guardrail that are put on you, and you live by the culture, you live by the rules and regulations of that club. That's in the bylaws.
When people say freedom in
So
this culture,
that's why I try to tell people before you join a club, go out there and experience motorcycling on your
that's
own for
right.
at least 1 to 2
Right.
years,
Right.
so that you
Right.
can
If not
see
more.
exactly, or not more, and see what it's like to be to be out and ride. Because when you join a club, you follow rules, bylaws, and regulations, and
I
that's gonna
remember
restrict you on some of the things that you can and can't do, some of your movements, and
I remember
it's gonna put you in the box.
this makes me remember a conversation I had many years ago with somebody telling me that they were free to do whatever they wanted to do. And I said, let me rephrase that for you. You are free to respect this culture, or you are free to disrespect it. That's what you are free to do. And I left it at that. So
Okay, all right, and we'll leave it there, folks. We'll leave it there. It's your
we ain't
choice.
got it.
Which one? No,
We ain't got to leave it there.
because we're gonna keep it rolling. Because I want to jump back
Roll it,
in on.
baby.
I
Roll
want
it.
to keep right
Roll
on
it.
rolling. So,
Roll it.
what is your greatest unaccomplished MC ambition?
I really, I really would like the black one percenters to come together. Listen, I'm not yeah, I'm a romantic, but I'm a realist. Just like on the white side, they have a coalition. They come together and they try to set standards and things. I would like us to do that. I would like us to do that. So, like the commission, when the mob families in New York, when Lucky Luciano realized that we had to get together because the stuff, killing each other in the streets, the shootouts, all this stuff, it's not working. We're not making money. We're in the news all the time. It's not good. It doesn't look good. And he was the head of the commission. And anything that went down, it had to go through those 5 families. And if there had to be a penalty, the penalty was discussed and agreed upon by those 5 families. You know, District Attorney, I forgot his name, Dewey something. He wanted to go, remember, forgot his name, but there was a guy, the Dutchman, wanted to kill him because he was interfering with the business of the mafia in New York. And he went before the commission. He's like, yo, I gotta do this. Commission was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And they had enough weight as the families that he Doug Schultz, and he backed down. The Black 1% side is something that I would like to see. I would like to see a commission on the Black 1% side, because I think we have so much to offer in terms of the culture, the writing, the celebration of the culture, and the way that we celebrate. I like how we do things. I like how we remix things. I like how we don't put raisins in the potato salad. You dig what I'm saying? I like, you know, it's cool when I go to
we always put our own spin on it, you know.
Yeah, you know, we remix it.
Yeah, and building bikes and the way we move, our flair,
Everything.
even the way, you know, the way we
I
get down.
love that. And I do believe that it can happen.
Let me ask you.
But it's just a thing that I would really like. And it's not just that I want it to happen. I would like to be a reason why it happens. I would like to be one of the people that moves the parts that make it happen. Because I believe there are more brothers and N-words in this culture, but the N-words are just louder than the brothers.
Let me
but the brothers need to get together and make this happen.
Let me ask you this question right here. You spoke at the prop.
Sir.
You spoke at the prop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So did you address that sentiment at the prop? And the message that you gave at the prop? Now, do you think it still resonate? Do you think it was received? The message was received?
Well, the message was appropriate for the time, because Sucka Free is always founded on 3 tenets. It was riding, brotherhood, and motorcycles. And the centralization of my message at the PRO convention was, number 1, there is no PRO position. That was my opening line. And then my speech, if you will, concentrated on those 3 tenets. A motorcycle club or culture will always revolve around those 3 tenets. That's why Sucka Free was created around. That was not the appropriate place. I'm not going to talk 1% business for 99% people. That's inappropriate. You know, when we talk about the internal infrastructure and the ecosystem of how things move and how things happen or why things happen, the PRO convention is not a place for that. So no, I would never in my life discuss outlaw business at a 99% event.
Doc, before you get to your question, we have Denise joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and bring her in because she actually had to just stop what she was doing and log on. So without further ado, Denise, how you doing? Welcome to the show tonight. We know you're traveling.
Hello, my loves. How are you? Good seeing you.
All right, how are you?
Good deal.
I'm good. Just finished a long shift at work, but I'm in.
Good deal. Would you please introduce yourself to the audience tonight and your affiliation with this man we call Preach?
My brother. Yes, Denise Paparazzi Rufillo. I am a Black Pearl MC, retired. Woo. Waited to the other side. So met Preach, gosh, years and years ago, before Black Pearls, before everything. He actually became my mentor when I started going through the Black Pearls prospecting, and became great friends. Actually, I've never even met him in person, believe it or not. We've only chatted like for years now through Facebook, through messages. But yeah, maybe one day I'll meet him. But I'm gonna
sneak up on your ass. I'm gonna sneak up on you.
Yeah. You know where I work, right?
Yes. I do.
Yes. We've been through the thick and thin. I mean, that is my true brother. I've stood by him through many things. Has stood by me through many things. Love that man. Greatest biker I know. Sorry, KSolo. But yeah. Preach is the man.
Hey, I tell you, folks, you know, everybody got their own favorite, but it's all good, even beyond the listing. We want to thank you for joining us tonight, folks. I know we can't really see her that well, but we still got it. We got about voice.
There she is, right there. She is.
Yeah,
It's right
I'm in my
there.
car.
Yeah,
That's why I want to bring her up. Doc, I know you have one in the boot, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and let you fire away.
Yeah, so I want to bring it on real quick. So we talked before preach, you know, you moving to America, living next door to a 1%er, first time seeing a black outlaw, you know, the birth of the sermon, the church of Sucka Free, your sacrifices, and now this last show we're moving into the end of the sermon, the never ending ride. And so my first question to you is, we talk about motorcycles life, and then I see on my sheet how being a biker allowed you to survive life. Can you touch on how being a biker allowed you to survive life?
So Denise came in at the right time because she's one of the reasons why I'm still surviving. You know,
Okay.
and this is deeply personal, but it's all right. It's all right. I went through an incredibly difficult marriage and divorce. And, you know, like any of us, we all have our challenges and things of that nature. And I can tell you that the attitude that I had to adopt through the filter of my faith was that of a biker. And what I mean by that is, and you guys know this because everybody on the podcast tonight rides. When you're riding through bad weather, there are certain bikers that pull over and wait in the underpass. And there are certain bikers that say, I gotta get home. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna ride through it. I trust my skill. I trust God. I trust my bike. I'm gonna get home. And being a biker, being exposed to the elements, the ride, the challenges, a bike breaking down, tire, whatever, cagers, it's really a reflection of life. There's so many obstacles in life that try to prevent you from smiling, just breathing even. And as a biker, my attitude with everything, going through the divorce, the custody fight, the loss of my mother, every single time, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. And one of the most incredible moments in my life, you know, sitting in a jail cell and getting on my knees in that cell and closing my eyes and thanking God and saying to him, I know you're going to get me home. That comes from a biker perspective. That wasn't me as a college professor. That wasn't me as a strategic professor, as a strategic media director, marketing director. No, that's me as a biker. That's my attitude in everything that I do. I'm not just riding the bike. I'm living the motorcycle. I'm living the ride. I'm living the ride. You feel me? I'm living the ride. And I'm going to get home. No matter what comes up, I'm going to get home. So that's how being a biker helped me survive, helped me breathe. And having people like Denise in my life, you know, Denise and I had people like her. You know, you had those rest stops along the way on a long trip. And Denise was one of those rest stops. Like, you okay? You okay? Okay, you're fueled up. You got this. Come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Denise, let me give you a little bit more about her. Denise has been a writer for Sucka Free for years. And not only was she a writer, she's not my friend, she's my sister. Denise knows intimate things about me. She was there through the divorce. She was there with the marriage. She was there for the tears. She was there. She was a rest stop. She was a rest stop. You know what I mean? She was a rest stop. And as a biker, you need those rest stops. I don't care. In solo, you know this. Going those long, sometimes you just got to take a minute before you get back on the road. And she was a rest stop. So the way that I approach life and everything that I do, everything, of course, if I'm committed, is passionate. Everything is driven, research, fueled, informative, sincere, transparent. But you need a rest stop every once in a while. And I'm very blessed to have somebody like Denise and some other people in my life who provided those rest stops for me along the way.
Yeah, indeed, man. Indeed. We just lost Denise. Maybe she just dropped off. She'll be back in.
She driving. She coming back in. She'll come back.
She's coming back
At
in.
least I'm talking good behind her back.
Yeah, because she's coming back in, because I definitely want to get her perspective on what you just said. I'm gonna see if I can see what Boots just put up. Boots said, "I swear you are speaking my life. Mine is the I got to get home. Mine is more I'm gonna make it. I'm shaking my head because I feel your pain. I lived that ish and made it through with the help of club and my bike and a whole lot of prayers." Without a doubt, Boots, and I can attest to that, man. Boots is one of those out there that really putting it in, getting it in. Denise, can you hear us, Denise? I'm trying to add Denise. Denise, can you hear us? I see her, but I can't hear her.
Yep, I'm back now.
Okay, there you go. There you are. There you are. Were you able to catch what Peach was putting down? And can you add to or caveat off of? She's definitely got a bad signal tonight. So, folks, we're going to keep rolling. We got a couple of other questions, and we're just going to just be firing into tonight, Preach, and we're going to, and we don't want to push it too much and go, but, you know, we don't necessarily talk club affiliation. But because the club that you were in, a diamond club, and it was, I would say it wasn't traditional, because, you know, they did allow all different types of bikes in that organization, as long as you rode your motorcycle. So how was it that you could preach that, but yet you was a part of an organization that was not necessarily traditional, because it wasn't about what you wrote, it was that you wrote?
Without talking about the club, which I'm still in, what you just said was incorrect. So, but I don't want to break down what my club does and how they do it. But the foundation of the club certainly was traditional in terms of American bikes. And then if there was any other type of bike, there was considerations and things made for that. And there was time constraints and all that other stuff. But again, that's club business stuff. I will say this, though. And I had to learn this. When I first started Sucka Free, I was so passionate. I was so gung-ho. I was, you know how, you see how these dudes are, man. You know what I mean? Men and women. When you first get into a club, you see how their Facebook changes. Everything on their Facebook is club colors. They wear the support patch. They wear this. They wear that. Everything is you're all gung-ho. And it takes a little bit of time for it to settle in. And in the beginning, when I first did this, I was one of those gung-ho dudes. And I think with age and experience and with enough, not even enough backstabs, I got bullet wounds in the back of my, brothers hurt me so bad and women hurt me so bad. It's not even backstabs. It was straight up shots to the back. You feel me? I had to learn how to weigh that. And what I mean by that is this. You can't save the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeshua couldn't save the world, man. This dude was turning water into Jack Daniels at parties, and they killed that dude. Why would you kill a dude that can make whiskey out of water? You guys are crazy. You know what I mean? That dude was a good dude, and you killed him. You didn't want to listen to him. He couldn't save the world. So who are you trying to save every single person in the club, every single person in the MC culture? You can't do that. And I think when you preach in protocol, you learn at some point that you can't. You learn that not everybody is in the classroom. There's some class clowns in your classroom. Remember the class clown in school, man. The teacher just was like, whatever, man. If you get left back, that ain't on me. It is what it is, man. So you can't save everybody. You got to reserve your passion, for the people who are willing to accept it and mutually give it back to you in a very respectful way.
I can't hear you, KSolo. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I got you. So I want to
Okay.
get back. I want to get back to Sucka Free MC, the movement itself, and,
Mhm.
and go all the way back to the creation, because I want to solidify that you were a marketing director. How did you come about wanting to brand this, and what was your ultimate goals of branding this Sucka Free MC? Was it for you? Was it for the culture?
It's by accident. I remember the last episode you called me a genius, but I'm the dumbest genius you'll ever meet.
You rocked it though. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you.
Come on, because I want people to understand this, because it's more than just a saying.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I was so fanatical about what I was writing, about the protocol and the traditions and sharing it. I didn't have time to make no goddamn shirts or boy shorts or baseball caps. I didn't have time. I was obsessed with getting it right. The articles, I was obsessed with it. All I did was write, man. I'd be up all hours of the night researching, talking to people. And then one day somebody said to me, man, you need a logo. I was like, for what? Mr. Marketing guy was like, for what? What do I need a logo? Just read what I got to say. But if you need a logo, B, and the guy who created the logo, Dabo Chi, very, very talented creative, works on several movies. He created a logo for me. And after the logo, I remember somebody telling me, you should put that on a shirt. I'm like, why would anybody want to buy that? Read the article. And then it was like, you know what? If the shirt can lead people back to the article, now my branding and marketing started to kick in. If people will look at the logo and look for the logo, they'll find the message. So that's where it all came from. I realized at that point, if you have a consistent, transparent, sincere message, and then you have a logo to go with that level of consistency and sincerity, people will trust it and flock to it. So then that gave us an even greater responsibility to make sure that we got the traditions and the protocol correct. So you understand how it rolls from there.
Okay.
That's how it happened. And then, like I said last week, I'm going to shout out to my supporters. I don't care what anybody says, B.
Because you
I
know
have the
people always gonna say
sexiest.
shit, man.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
always
they
gonna
do.
they always
They
gonna say
did. They
shit.
did. They
And
did. They
I
did.
hate that because that will try to spoil the message.
Bruh,
You know,
it
it'll
was
taint the message.
crazy. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
crazy. It's like
Yeah.
you gotta realize this, man. I never who only an idiot is gonna think that I'm getting rich off a t-shirt. I'm getting rich off boy shorts. Come on, man.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you right now, you know as well as I do, is that people can see one thing and think it's $1 million as they see it. They can see, Doc, you have one shirt that says Sankofa, and they say it's $1 million.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I'm saying about that. What credible protocol sources do you personally endorse? Because we've been talking about
Experience.
okay.
Experience. Because
And that's
one of the things
living on the road. That's in the culture.
you
That's
gotta
being
be,
around OGs. That's
yeah,
sitting there,
man.
not only
Come
kicking with
on,
your
man.
club, but going to other clubhouses, going and chopping up with other OGs and other
Come
organizations.
on, man. Come on. It's been over 20 years, and I have always said the same thing. I don't change. Preach is a picture in a frame. All right? Yo, who are you? I'm nobody. That's been my same line for 20 years. Who are you? I'm nobody. Go research it. Go research it. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying? For 20 years, I dealt with Trump supporters before there was a Trump supporter. You give them facts, they're like, I don't believe your facts. Then go research it, man. Don't take my word for it. Go research it. I used to tell people that all the time. I'm nobody. Go research it. And a few people who had the righteousness and the honor would come back and be like, yo, you really hit me to something. I appreciate that. So I don't co-sign on nobody. I don't bless nobody. What I bless is your own experiences. Word up. Think about how deep that is. I bless your own experiences and whether or not you have the character and the maturity and the respect to apply what you've learned to your club and how you get down. You know goddamn well that if you're a female club or a co-ed club, you shouldn't have MC on your back. You know that, but you don't want to do that. You know that, but you don't want to apply that. That's on you. Preach ain't. I ain't talking about you.
Yeah, you can't say
That's on you. That's on you.
You can't say it to everybody. Doc, I see the smoke.
I walked past my president 3 times since that last episode, and I was thinking, should I say, hey, so I learned this. Did you know?
And
Did you know? Because I'm in your club. I'm a
That's
female in the club. You know, you shouldn't have. We should all be here with this motorcycle club spelled out on the back of our bike.
Man, listen.
Or is he gonna tell me to get out his face? He don't want to hear it. So
there are things right now that I cringe and I look at and I see, but I know I'm only one voice and I'm one opinion, and it can say it's protocol.
That's what I'm saying.
When I see females, this is me, and y'all can beat me up when you see me. When I see a female wearing a pass through, travel through pin, or whatever you want to call them, it literally, I just want to just.
Oh wow!
Because I look at the culture and I say, if 1%ers were actually doing what 1% is supposed to do when they see that, a lot of people, I guarantee you, would take it off. I'm talking about some of these 99ers that's wearing it. I'm talking about some of these other clubs that's wearing it. But the simple fact is that there was an article written in Sucka Free MC that talked about
that's right.
Travel through pen.
Yeah,
who should and shouldn't wear it.
I know.
But you know, those are the things right there that's controversial that make people sit there and say,
it's not. No, I'm not having that. We're gonna clear this up right now. Nothing that we ever posted in terms of sharing. No, but Dig, I want to make sure I say this. Because a lot of suckers came on the page and try to be like, yo, they try to side eye us and be like, yo, that page is controversial or it's drama. No, you were controversial. You were controversial because you weren't mature enough to dig what we were dropping. Your immaturity, your lack of respect for the culture is what made it controversial, not us. How is it controversial if I tell you the sky is blue? It's only controversial when you get enough idiots like the people in your club to be like, nah, the sky is red. That's the controversy. There's no controversy in stating or sharing a tradition that's been there for 40 years, but you're so stupid. You're so goddamn stupid that you didn't take the time to learn it on your own or get exposed to it because you don't ride anywhere. You stay in your little club. You stay in your little area. You don't know nothing. And then when you deal with somebody that does know something, you show your ass and act like a class clown. Oh, we love to say, oh, we're prospects for life. No, you're not, man. No, you don't. You're not. Because if you were prospects for life, you would shut your mouth when grown men are talking. But you don't do that. I ain't trying to hear that.
Ooh-wee. Boy, we gonna get it on tonight, boy. Let's get it on. Have to ring the bell on that one, boy.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Hey, I know we want to thank everybody for joining us. This is a deep one tonight, folks. It's definitely not made for 18 and below. But we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We're diving into Sucka Free MC. We're asking questions. We're throwing it out at Preach. And he's giving his points of views and his opinion about this right here. Because why? He's very passionate about the lifestyle of motorcycling. He's very passionate about motorcycle protocol. Now, I know you briefly spoke about the end of the sermon, the never-ending ride, God, motorcycle, and life, how it all came into play. Now, the personal quirks that allow you to ride in the rain, freestyle, bit fits, and sleep outside and brave the elements, all of that right there is motorcycling. That's motorcycling. Let's talk your motorcycling. You lived the lifestyle. You traveled the country. You represented, you flew the banner. Does that make you feel a certain way as far as saying biker? And is everybody a biker?
Okay, so you just opened up a can. I've always been uncomfortable with defining what a biker is. Because I think when you define something that is so subjective, you take an arrogant position. You know, it's just like people who say a real Christian, a real Muslim, a real biker. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't use that. I can just tell you what my experiences are. And even with my experiences, you know, I did a thing, right? I was calculating the miles that I put on and all the bikes that I've owned. And I've got roughly maybe like 970,000 miles on a motorcycle. To some people, that's not a lot. I know OD somewhere laughing at me right now. He's like, that's it. You know what I mean? Hell, KSolo was like, I did that last year. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, I'm not arrogant enough to define what a biker is. I'm not arrogant enough to do that, and nor am I stupid enough to try.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So it doesn't make you feel a certain way.
No, I don't give a rat's ass, because there are some dudes. I'm gonna tell you something about myself, man. I don't know how to work on a bike. I've been riding bikes for damn near 30 years. I don't know how to work on a bike, and I don't give a rat's ass. I don't care. I don't want to work on a bike. If I can work on a bike, I should be riding a bike. If it's a nice day, I ain't never washed a bike in my life. My bikes are right here looking at me. They filthy. They filthy like my favorite porn stars. All of them right here. Okay? And that's the way I like it. I ain't washing no goddamn bike, and I ain't working on no bike. But some
don't
people
watch
will
my
be
bike
like,
either.
but people are like, oh, if you're not a real biker unless you can work on a bike. Man, shut the hell up. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. And let's keep it a buck. Why would you care what I think in terms of what a real biker is? Why would you care? Because my experiences are different than yours. And I'm not arrogant enough to think that my experiences make me better than you. I just don't think like that. I've never thought like that. So when people attribute a certain arrogance to me, it's always an insecure person who will look at a confident person and think that's arrogance.
So when I
just-
read, go ahead.
I'm just, my parents didn't raise me to be insecure. We're all insecure, but this is what I say about my insecurities. I'm very secure about my insecurities. I know what they are, and I don't put them on Front Street. So whatever you think you are, go ahead, be that. I don't care, B. Whatever you do, I don't lose sleep over.
I know
Don't disrespect me.
I know Sucka Free wrote a lot of articles breaking down tradition, breaking down the lifestyle. And some people took that to heart and said, this is how I should do it. And that's how they carry themselves. That's how they portray themselves. So you sit there and say you don't care about how it makes you feel, but you still got to sit there and say, well, I'm writing this right here. And people
No. You're conflating because this is what Sucka Free did. Sucka Free laid out traditions and protocols as the culture has determined it. We didn't make it up. We just presented it to you. Whether or not you wanted to do it was on your level of maturity and sincerity and respect. What you wanted to do is up to you.
So do you think that contributed to a lot of the pushback that Sucka Free got?
The pushback only came from suckers. I'm gonna tell you that one. That's $100 grand. If you had a problem with anything Sucka Free posts, it's because he was sucker, and I'm not even compromising on that. Like that's it. That's it, man. Like when I tell people I post a lot, I post a lot of political stuff, right? And I tell people, if my post about racism bother you, it's because you're a racist. That's it. There's no other explanation. Okay? I post all the time how much I hate child molesters. If you got a problem with that kind of post, it's because you are a pedophile, B. That's it. There's no gray area there. Word is born. So if we're posting about protocol and tradition and you got a problem with it, that's because you a sucker, man. What else you want me to tell you? I'm not losing sleep because you a sucker. You losing sleep because you a sucker.
Okay. Doc, I
Don't
know
come in.
I've been hogging the air, Doc, throwing these questions at him. I see you over there. Unmute, mute, Doc.
Yeah, so sorry. So I want to hit on some of the additional points that you wanted to touch on. And one of them was, why did you end Sucka Free MC so suddenly and abruptly while it was still growing and getting bigger numbers?
I'm laughing because I knew that question was coming. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm going to be honest with you, Doc. Because I effing felt like it. That's why. Because I felt like it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, we've been doing it for 20 years. At this point, we've discussed everything. We've remixed it. We were still popping. It was still growing. It was still, but let me be honest. Let me be honest, because I'm not being completely honest. I have other things that I want to do. There's a certain happiness that's in my life right now. And I'm not saying that I couldn't do those things and still do Sucka Free, but I want to devote more time. Let's talk about real life stuff. I went through a divorce, one of the worst divorces anybody. In fact, one of my writers told me the other day, my divorce is why he's still not married. Okay, that's how bad my joint was. I'm a black man who won full custody of his children. You don't think that I got other things to do? You dig what I'm saying? You know how hard it's hard enough being with a woman because y'all are crazy. You know how hard it is for a black man to raise a daughter? Y'all are crazy when we dating you. Y'all are even crazier when we raising you. You know what I'm saying? So I got other things to focus on. I have a woman in my life right now that's, for the first time, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show my age right now. She's dynamite right now. She's dynamite. I ain't got no issues with her. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather focus on her. I'd rather focus on my kids. I'd rather focus on my riding. I'm focused. I can't even say if I'm really focused on my club. I'm focused on my chapter. I'm in love with my brothers. I love my brothers, man. Them dudes were over here last night eating up my food. I love them, man. Fantastic. So I'll just wrap it up real quick. Like there's so many things that, Sucka Free was such a monolithic task because all you guys saw were the posts. You didn't see the research. You didn't see the inbox. You didn't see this. You didn't get the phone. It was nonstop, and it takes away from other things. So after 20 years, do with it what you will. We've preached to you enough, man. I think I'm entitled to enjoy and do the things that I've been preaching about for 20 years. You did.
Your labors. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Hold up, Doc. Hold up. We got to do this. We're going to take a quick commercial break right quick, folks, and then we're going to come back. We're going to jump right back into it. Here's a infomercial from Creative Views.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Jeff, a.k.a. DJ FX. That's right, the owner of Creative Views. And today's podcast is being sponsored by Creative Views, the place where you can get all your custom designs, DTF printing, as well as video editing. So make sure you come, get in contact with me at creativeviews25@outlook.com or go to the website at creativeviews.com and check out the awesome custom designs that you can be seen wearing. So now, let's be legendary and aspire to inspire right here on Riding with KSolo and Doc in the building, Remy. Peace.
And we're back, everybody.
Oh, man. We had to do it, Doc. We had to do it. You know how it is. But yeah, Doc, get your follow on, man.
Okay, so my follow-up is preach. So in businesses, when you have a board of directors or you have some type of organization and you say, hey, at some point I'm going to train up someone to follow the path and keep it going. So my follow-up question, you didn't think or want to put someone else in charge, you take a temporarily break and keep it rolling?
I had a couple of people who wanted to do it. But I didn't, nah. I was like, it's done. Because you know what it is? Even like we talked about in the last podcast, even when I didn't write it, Preach wrote it. Even when I didn't say it, Preach said it. So for me to completely turn the reins over and allow the company to allow the magazine to live on its own, completely segregated from me, that's not realistic. I would still would have gotten the phone calls, and it's close to me. I'm not gonna lie, it's close to me. I have 3 kids officially, but Sucka Free is a 4th child to me. You don't ever let your kids go, no matter how old they are. So, I thought about it, and people told me, "Yeah, we'll do it." No, you ain't got. I was like, "Nah, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right."
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man. Oh, I want to ask these questions, man.
Go
I
ahead,
sit
baby. Go
down.
ahead, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I sit down, man, because you know what I'm saying. It's because I know. You see what I'm saying? Because I know, but it's something that I wanted to address. But
Go ahead. Go
we're gonna
ahead.
we're gonna rock with it. We're gonna rock with it. Is it and you just kind of said 20 years is long enough. Do you still think it's relevant now to sit and say, well, let's bring it back? I gotta ask that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could.
I have to ask.
I could bring. I could bring Sucka Free back right now, and we rock the bells. We would do it. We would do it because the criteria that I had for a staff, they were, I had some assassins, I had some ninjas, I had some generals in there, like in terms of the literary and their literal their literary precision and their sincerity. But that I could do it. We could do it. But I just no, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Okay. And whew, man,
But it's necessary. But let me say, it is necessary. Like, I love the fact that I don't know, people call me the father I didn't create protocol. I just formalized protocol. So I'm the father of formalized MC protocol. I am. But I love seeing my kids do it. There are other protocol pages out there. Go to them. Go to them. I ain't I ain't taking, you ain't shooting at me no more. You ain't doing that no more. I'm done. I'm good.
The passion is still there. The message is still there.
Oh yeah.
There's still a need for it. There's still a need for it.
And listen, the people who have my number still call me. The articles now are going back to their original state in that they're being shared orally. They're being shared when we break bread. They're not being shared from me online. But if you earn my respect and my trust and you have my phone number and you have a club issue, then you can call me. I'll honor that. I still do it. But I just don't do it online. I don't do it.
Okay.
I got to follow up on that right there. So the urgent need for protocol professors to stop each other. You said it's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't understand that. I've never. Why would you? I like it would be. Imagine. I'm gonna tell you how stupid it is, right? I'm gonna put it in perspective for you. Imagine Harvard University professors beefing with Yale University professors. How stupid does that sound? How stupid does that sound?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
When I see people from other protocol pages attacking other protocol pages or other writers or other podcasters, I'm like, you were doing exactly what you shouldn't be doing, which makes you a sucker. Yo, let me tell you something. I have never, ever, 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 word is born. I have never said a negative thing about another page, about another writer, about another podcaster. Never. Not once. Not in public. You a dirty son bitch in private, but not in public. I don't do that. I don't do that. I never give any of my haters any oxygen. But you know what I did do? Okay. I would have people send me links to other podcasts where somebody would be talking about preach. And I'd be like, yo, I'm not going to watch that. If you want to believe what they say, then believe it. Believe it, B. But don't bring it to me. Because I don't care. If somebody said something that I thought was incorrect in terms of protocol, it doesn't keep me up at night because my message is still the same. Research it on your own. Research it on your own. So, you know what I'm saying? So I never went to war. I never had any negative comments about anybody, especially if they had something negative to say about me. Because Sucka Free was born in love and we rode through in love. And I'm still riding out in love. So you can keep my name in your mouth. Because remember this. If you shoot me, I'm famous. But if you shoot me, you're famous. But if I shoot you, I'm nameless. Because you ain't nobody. You got my name in your mouth. I don't have your name in my mouth.
It's always the shooter.
Ah.
It's the shooter who become famous.
People try to get famous off me.
It's always the shooters trying to get famous, man.
Word up. I ain't never walked outside and saw a dog poop and picked it up and put it in my pocket. So I treated people who had my name in their mouth like that. I just walked around and kept going.
There you go, man. That's how you do it. Tonight, folks, we got the final episode of the trilogy of Sucka Free MC, founder, creator, preach. And we have been kind of digging a little bit beyond where we were wanting to go with it, because we kind of want to just open him up a little bit about his tenor during Sucka Free MC, the future of Sucka Free, the future of the brand, his future goals either it be let's start talking about your future goals. On that note.
Hey, we got somebody who's that? Dorothy says I help with the spell check of the emails.
They lining up, man. You got editors lining up.
Yeah, remember, I had editors spell checking death threats. So you know, it was
a lot of people commented that, man.
Yeah, that was a good time,
man. And people was like really enjoying it. They're enjoying the conversation. Indeed.
That was I have a deep faith in God, but I'm not a holy roller, meaning
right.
I don't shove my faith down anybody's throat.
Right.
But at some point at Sucka Free, when those death threats start coming in and you start feeling the bullet wounds from your own brothers, from women you slept with or had intimate relations with, or just people, you know, when you start feeling that, when you start bleeding out, I went to God. I was like, yo, you remember when Yeshua was at, right before they took him to the crucifixion, he was in the garden and he said to his father, hey, yo, B, I don't want to do this, man. Yeshua was like, yo, break me out of here, B. I ain't doing this. And the Lord said, this is what you got to do, man. I got you. It's not, I'm not being I'm not leaning to a hyperbole to say I had to talk to God and say, yo, I didn't understand why people hated me. You don't even know me, man. I don't even know you, man. Why are you making podcasts about me? Why are you hating on me? Yo, you love the MC. I love the MC. Why are you mad right now? It was something that it was like crazy work to me. I didn't understand. And like I said in the last episode, I got some really good advice from Sean Combs. And then I really, really fell forward on my faith, and it kept me going for 20 years. And I had people like Paparazzi in my corner. I had people like Renegade in my corner, Nikki Blackwell in my corner, Drake Coleman in my corner. And I'm dropping names on purpose. I'm dropping names on purpose because I love these people. I love these people, man. Word is born. Because I had a lot of weasel type motherfuckers who stabbed me in the back. And it was shocking to me. I had people who
But you
I
all
couldn't believe were doing them, saying some of the things that they were saying. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. It was shocking to me.
okay. Because you had a period
But
where you had to step away for about maybe 3
I
or 4
did.
years.
I did.
And
I did.
and people stepped up to the plate.
They
And
did.
kept it going for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And I still got blamed. I still got blamed for what they wrote.
yeah. Because you know,
yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, you have to sit there and give those guys credit, those guys and girls credit for sitting there saying,
Oh,
you know
word
what?
up.
When I handed you the banner, you kept the banner flying. You kept pushing forward. You dealt with all the adversities, even when you had to step out and you weren't catching that bullet. They were still up front pushing, man. So are all of those people recognized on this channel tonight, sitting there saying, we recognize you, we want to thank you.
I have to.
It may not have been the best, but I still want to recognize you.
I have to drop another name, Miss Sunny, because I will always laugh because she showed up at my house. I got out of jail. She showed up. I wasn't riding a bike. I was depressed. She showed up at my house where I was staying. I won't say my house. I was another biker, David Copper. I'm going to shout him out. Let me stay at his house. Miss Sunny showed up at 1 a.m. in the morning talking about, you get on your bike. We going across New York to go get some eggs. The only supermarket that's open at like 1, 2 in the morning. And she forced me to get on my bike. And we were riding across New York State to get some eggs. 1 or 2 in the morning, because she knew that my life, for me to breathe, I had to ride the motorcycle. You know, I was going through the divorce. Things weren't going right for me. And I wasn't even writing at the time, but my editors, the writers that I became family with stayed close to me. And she came to see me and she said, preach, get on your bike. We're going to go get some eggs. I was like,
hey,
so
folks,
I have to thank people like that. Word up.
Hey, folks, we're opening up for questions and answers. If you have any questions you want to drop in the comment at this time, go ahead and drop them in the comments. You see Q&A flashing up there. That is your signal right there. If you have any questions for Preach, we love to get those addressed. Really and truly. So, Preach, one of the additional points we have on our list here, Black protocol teachers. We talked about that. The stupidity expressed by members on social media. We talked about that. Maturity, discussing the culture difference between brown and black without being racist, making excuses for ignorance or racism, and not conflating racism with
tradition. Yeah.
Tradition. There you go. Talk to us.
One of my renegade who was there at Sucka Free at Ground Zero before there was Sucka Free, Renegade was on the corner preaching, and he said something to me the other day. He said one of the things that he is very, And I didn't think about this. He's very proud that Sucka Free did. Just because Black and white people are different. There are certain things about us that are different. But just because Black bikers do things a certain way doesn't mean that it's sucker stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the prevailing thought, a lot of the white bikers had the attitude, they started it. This is the way that we do it. Anything else is just BS. It's fuckery. It's not real. It's not. No, that's not true. That's not true. Because there are certain cultural nuances that lend themselves to how we ride, how we MC. There are just differences. And those differences shouldn't be used to build up walls, but rather erect bridges. And Renegade really hit me to that. I didn't think about it like that. But he said Sucka Free really, in the beginning, we were so hard on the Black set because we wanted Black bikers to be exposed to traditional protocol. We wanted them to know that it existed. And then if you wanted to remix it, it doesn't necessarily make it fuckery just because you're a Black face doing it. There are certain regions where you can wear a state rocker, but not a city rocker. That doesn't make you a sucker. That's a regional thing. Sucka Free exposed that. And just because they do things a little bit different doesn't mean that it's some sucker stuff. And I think a lot of times when you saw a brown and Black face attached to doing things a little different, it was labeled sucker immediately, and that's not the case. It's not the case. So we walk a real fine line with that racism thing. Walk a real fine line with it. And I just want to remind people, Irish people might do things a little different. If there's an Irish club, maybe they might do things a little different. If there's a cultural reason that they do things different, why you got to look at it like it's some sucker stuff? Maybe you should try to open your mind to that's how they do things. Now, there are certain things, certain lines that traditionalists don't like. I will never be happy seeing a sport bike guy with a 1% patch. To me, that's ridiculous. Co-ed clubs, it is what it is. I'm not in one, so I don't have an opinion on them anymore. They don't exist to me. You want to do it, you're happy, go be happy. Go be happy. But attributing something that's sucker specifically to a race because of the race is some sucker stuff. So I'm glad that Renegade really pointed that out to me. That's a really deep thought right there. Where is going?
Okay. All right. Caught you with the bottle up, Doc.
Yeah, it did. It did.
I'm gonna let you follow on.
Okay. So moving on, right? Black protocol teachers need to be very much aware of the racism swamp they ride in when the topic of race and fragility of white bikers. Can you touch on that too? Because I have that on the things, additional points that you wanted to touch.
Unfortunately, the United States right now is not in a good place. And the discussions of race are not so much discussions in terms of us wanting to learn the nuances of each other. It's about us putting each other down or attacking because of the differences. And the truth of the matter is, white guys didn't start the culture, but for the most part, white guys laid down the DNA that we still follow. And they feel to a degree that they are the bastions of this culture. And when they see us doing some things that are different than them, they immediately call it fuckery or some sucker stuff. I know Sucka Free introduced a lot of white 1%ers. They didn't even know that there were black 1%ers out there. And some of them were like, yo, I'm not going to respect that because you black. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. And what black protocol preachers need to be aware of, that racism is there. That racism, which is / elitism, which is entitlement, it's there. And if you're not prepared for that, when it comes to your page, your podcast, it's gonna hit you hard. So you have to be aware of it. You have to be aware of it, and you have to be ready to combat it. Anytime that you talk about racism in the MC culture, understand this. Guys that are in clubs that don't allow for a particular race, specifically black, they're going to attack you. They're going to attack you. You need to be prepared for that. You just do. So race is a very sensitive topic, and it's it's doubly sensitive in the MC culture. So black protocol preachers need to be aware of that particular danger zone, if you will.
All right. And Denise, we want to welcome you back to the show.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. I raised tone.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Can I do this real quick? I want to do a bridge to. I want to do a bridge to Denise, because now that we have her, and her ass better not go nowhere, because I'm going to try to talk about her right now.
Because we wanted you to bring some people on that can kind of bring to
I'm going to do that
world and culture.
I have always been a proponent of female bikers and female motorcycle clubs. Always. I've always been a proponent of it. I have loved the idea of it. I have supported it so much that I created a female page where women could talk about protocol and biker traditions with a female voice. I supported that. Denise will tell you, when it came to her club, which we won't name because that's the rule that we're doing, I was such a supporter, a cheerleader, because I love to see a club do certain things. I'm not saying I agreed with everything her club did, but the fact that the women had an idea of protocol and tradition, I pushed it. And Denise, even when she didn't agree with me, was intelligent enough to know why the protocol was there. And that's why she became one of the writers. She could articulate the protocol. She could talk to women in a way that she wasn't putting any woman down. She was explaining. She was like the translator. And Sucka Free has always been a big proponent of female riders and bikers and clubs who make an effort to do it correctly. So, and Denise was one of them. And Denise, I'm going to say this in closing, I'm going to let her go. Denise is one of the best brothers. Ooh, Denise is one of the best brothers I've ever had in the MC culture. Okay, she's one of the best. The things that you expect brothers to do. When you look, one of the greatest compliments I've always said, one of the greatest compliments you can ever say about a woman is if a woman loves a man so well that she makes him feel like a man. Denise was such a good and true friend that she lived up to brotherhood from a woman. That's incredible. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Denise, talk to us.
That just so humbling. I mean, that's a compliment, right? Yes, I love it.
Yeah. Ultimate respect.
Yes, ultimate respect. And preach.
Yes.
Yes, that's amazing. I always try to do things right. I always treat people the way I want to be treated. Like I said, mad respect for you, my brother. You did it. You did it right. And that's why I respected you. Respect is earned, and you earned every bit of it. I'm glad to be your brother.
Well,
Oh man,
that's love. That's love.
indeed. So while we have you back, Denise, and we've been talking about, we're on the topic of female riders and their I'm gonna say contribution, but there's just place and role in what they've been doing on in their movement. From the time that you've seen Sucka Free being educational and at the forefront of, I would say, informative, or the platform that was most informative to riders, do you think the females have learned and then carry on that tradition from what Sucka Free was putting out and laying down?
I know for a fact they did. One of my biggest pet peeves was the armband that the females would wear at the anniversary parties.
Mhm.
And they didn't understand what that was about. They thought it was because they didn't want to wear their vest over their cute little dress and their heels. So they threw the armband on. I would go up to them and fully dressed in my cuts because I rode my bike there and say, "Oh, you got in trouble?" They're like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "The armband. You're not allowed to wear your vest, so you're wearing your armband, right?" They had no idea. So
Wow.
I would educate them on that. And we did articles on it. A lot of women picked up on it. So yeah, it's educating the women that they didn't know. The women that are out there trying to look cute, not be real riders. So Sucka Free brought me that platform, and I loved it. Absolutely loved having a voice.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, one of my pet peeves, and yeah, a lot of women in this area, 804, 757, they picked up on it. So yeah, they
I
did.
didn't.
They
I didn't know
learned.
that. I did not know that,
Really?
Denise. I literally
Oh, wow.
thought that was like, if they didn't want to wear their cuts, the ladies wear their armband. Around here in Nashville, when I see social club members with the armband on, I just assumed that it was just like, instead of wearing hard colors, you wearing soft colors.
Yeah, no, that means you weren't allowed to wear your cut. You had to wear the armband. So yeah,
Oh,
see, a lot
wow,
of
thank you.
I believe I did learn that from Preach. So yeah, a lot of women were educated the right way. I wasn't mean about it, you know.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
enlightenment.
Nice.
Okay.
I've learned so much. I'm
Yeah.
learning so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodness
Still some
gracious.
rocking the armbands. Yes. Wow. That's my mom.
You know what, Denise, you know what was another, Denise, you know what was another big one?
We had
The
so many.
hierarchy of where property of is in terms of the female side.
Right.
Oh my God, a lot of female presidents. Oh my God, we got a lot of hate. We got a lot of hate for that. A lot of female presidents didn't like the fact that 1% property was above them in terms of the hierarchy. That was a big thing on the female side. And then I think the other one, Denise, and you can back me up or tell me if you remember different, when we exposed when a woman went on the back of a guy's bike and that woman was in a different club, not affiliated with his, she had to take off her rags or wear them inside out. Oh my God. We were spell checking emails from women, angry women too, on that one.
Yeah. We went through all of that. Yes. The POs. Yes, we knew that when we came into their clubs, we always address them first. But it was a thing where we knew where we stood, and the POs knew. Well, they always threw it around that they were above us, and it didn't bother me because I mean we were riders. We come in, we would command the room, and we just go on our business. We didn't get into all the petty jealousy things and hierarchy, this and that. So yeah, you just know your place and stay in your lane. That's how you stay out of it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
Preacher, like I said, we're just going to touch on a few things as we're
Go ahead.
closing.
Go ahead.
I know on the Bessie Stringfield, you bringing her up, you getting her name out there, you're getting to push the thing that you see now, what's going on down in Florida, where a park has been given, a street has been named after her movement, her induction into the Harley Davidson Museum. How do you feel about that? And do you feel as though at some way, some point, somebody may need to say, well, who really lit that candle to push her forward, to push her name, to push her legacy?
It's funny you should say that, because Preach has a big old thing in the Harley Davidson Museum too.
Okay. Sure.
So Preach is there too. So, and then, I don't like to talk about it because I don't. Listen, I'm very humbled. There's a book out there called Easy Riders. A good friend of mine, Kate, she came over to this country and she wanted to do an expose on Black bikers. And when she came over to this country, she didn't know anybody. And one of the names that kept coming up was Preach. And she reached out to me. We met. She interviewed me several times over several years, and we became very good friends. And I ended up doing some press I was on NBC News. I was on some other outlets. And Harley Davidson, it came to the attention of Harley Davidson. And so thanks to Kate and the book Easy Riders and my 20 years of hard work in Sucka Free, I do have an installation that's up in the Harley Davidson Museum in Milwaukee. And I'm actually putting together a ride this summer to go celebrate that. And I was going to reach out to both Solo and you, Doc Jones, to see if you want to join the brothers and come out there and check it out. But it's very, very humbling. Do I feel like I need to be given credit for the recognition of Bessie Stringfield? It would be nice, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I'd rather the focus be on Bessie. I did my job. The focus needs to be on Bessie. I was just a person that pushed her out there, and that's okay. As long as people are giving Bessie the love that she deserves and the respect that she deserves, I'm very happy with that. And in the back of my head, I'm not going to front. Whenever I see the post go up for Bessie, I see someone post about her, I'd be like this. And I'm good. I'm good.
We got a question, KSolo. Indio said, question, what's the thought about armbands for non-riding female social clubs? Denise?
No one rush to the front of the line now.
Yeah.
Denise, you got that?
You want me to take this one?
Yes, babe.
Social clubs. That's a whole other can of worms for me. Like Suey said one time, social clubs are there for a purpose, but like wearing the vest, no need for it. You don't ride a bike, you shouldn't be wearing the vest. So in that same line, you should not be wearing the armband. Wear a t-shirt, wear a jean jacket maybe. But the vest is for an MC, for motorcycles. Even said before, over, but yes, that's again a can of worms, right?
We did a fantastic article about this. I'm not sure who wrote it, but Sucka Free is one family, so we all wrote it. I referred to this. Do you guys remember that movie Grease? John Travolta?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Pink Ladies?
Yeah.
They were a social club. What were they wearing?
All
T-shirt,
pink.
wasn't it? Yeah.
No, it was a satin jacket.
A satin jacket
Oh.
with a shade. With a satin shade. No, what?
That's correct.
Yeah.
They did not wear leather vests emulating biker setup, patch setup. So I'm no longer going to tell you whether that's right or wrong, but I am going to tell you what I told you in the first episode. When I get involved in something, I research it and I look at the history. A lot of y'all said, oh, I'm a social club and you want to go hang out with bikers, and all of a sudden you dressing up as bikers. You ain't no biker. You a social club chick and you have your own history. So before you decide to come up and do cosplay, how about you just stick to the authentic and original intent and look the way you're supposed to look? Because it's what you're doing is not celebrating me. You're mocking me when I see a social club in a 3-piece patch. But let me back down.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's what we wanted right here. We diving
like,
into it.
Yep.
Hey, you
Go
know
ahead,
how
Doc.
they got churches on every corner, the liquor store on that corner, or you got you got your Islamic brothers on the corner selling bean pies and the Final Call newspaper. You know what I mean? I feel like, maybe we should have somebody out there. I think we need to bring Sucka Free MC back, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm learning a lot of stuff that I didn't know, and Sucka Free MC came at a time where I didn't get into articles. I think it was a little bit of my time. I heard of it. I seen the merchandise, but I didn't really know what it was. And so I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, I apparently need some protocol teaching going on. I'm learning so much.
Doc, I'm not gonna touch on that.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna touch on that.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna touch on that because.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's all. Because I know how touchy it can be, and it can be a touchy situation when you're trying to tell people certain things.
We're gonna go solo, but real quick, one of the things that I'll show you, the professionalism and the expertise of the staff. You saw what Denise did. You saw how I had complete trust in what she was going to say, right? Because she knows. She met the criteria of understanding protocol and tradition, not having to agree with it. And this is what a lot of these suckers who came to the page could not understand. You don't have to agree with it. Ain't nobody asked you your opinion. We're just sharing what it is. Okay? And you had to understand how it was being presented to you, articulated to you. Paparazzi just showed you. She just gave you in 30 seconds what a social club should be looking like. And I just added a history if you want to do your own research and reference it. And I used the pop culture reference. So that just goes to show you that I think we're ending it on a way that really reflects what Sucka Free did for 20 years. We didn't just present and tell you what the protocol is. We explained it to you. We gave you the history. We talked about it. Whether you were smart enough or respectful enough to receive the message, that was on you, baby. That's on you. That wasn't on us. Me and Denise, me and Paparazzi did our job. Renegade did his job. Knockout did his job. Nikki Blackwell did her job. Okay? Bear did his job. We did what we were supposed to do for you. So after 20 years, if my people want to start riding out and we done, then just say thank you, because we out.
All right. Let me ask you this question right here, Preach. And like I said, we're just concluding. Sucka Free really pushed a certain, I ain't gonna say image or a portrayal of females being sexy, the sexy part about it. Do you think Sucka Free may have painted a picture of females that brought into question that you just make them sex symbols? And I know what it is. I know the lifestyle. I know.
No.
You use
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Because when I say Sucka Free had the sexiest supporters, that includes men as well as females. We had some of the most beautiful people rocking the merchandise. The conundrum for women is this, and I really do understand the challenge that women have. Okay? Because if a woman shows up to a motorcycle event looking sexy, she's got heels, there's always gonna be some sucker out there. Oh, you ain't dressed with a slide. Oh, you dress like this, you trying to get attention. Meanwhile, he's still trying to hit it though. You understand what I'm saying? And then if you have a woman who's dressed, let's just say she's got her jeans on, she's just rocking out. Look at that. She trying to dress like a man. She trying to be this. She trying to be it. So women have a really, really hard time in this life because they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. So this is my advice to women all the time. Learn the protocol. Follow the protocol. And follow the protocol so good that when a sucker ass man tries to steer you wrong, you can chin check him respectfully. But y'all can't do that because y'all don't ride. You earn too many of your patches on your back. You bring female problems to the MC world, and that's not seen as being respectful. So I will never apologize for celebrating the sexy supporters that I had. You want me to apologize for Paparazzi? Her sexy ass was a writer. Am I supposed to apologize for her? It just so happened that God made her sexy. What you want me to do? God made me sexy. What you want me to do? So I didn't see you ask me. I didn't see you ask me, Preach, did you have a problem because you're so sexy out there writing them posts? Solo, you ain't asked me that?
Yeah. That's what Doc Remy, man. Gotta give me just Doc Remy that shit.
You feel me? I mean?
Oh man. Hey, look, man. That's what I love about this damn podcast, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, I had a question come in. I've been meaning to get for Bolo. Bolo
Go ahead.
Question for Preach. Did you lose contact with the club that you grew up around?
I did because remember, this was like the late 70s, early 80s. So there's no cell phones, there's no internet, you know what I'm saying? So when I left Jersey and moved to New York, that was a done deal, but the impression was made. And you notice I never said the name of the club, and I never will. I remember the Nazi patches, I remember the 1% patch. And I think the first club patch that I recalled as a child was the Chingalings. Like that was the tattoo. That was the brain. That was what gave birth to the Chingalings in a very quiet way, gave birth to my passionate and obsessive love for this culture. When I saw somebody of my skin tone looking and riding a motorcycle where I had only seen white bikers. So fortunately, that original club, no, it's gone.
Okay. Hey, Preach.
Yes, ma'am.
My question is, what now? So when I say what now, the follow through. You've been staying off the radar, in the phones of your brothers, and still catering to the request of bike friends, family,
yes, ma'am,
and returning the protocols of this life to conversations and rumors and shared experience, respect. So what now? We're an hour and 51 minutes in. What now?
Well, people who are close to me know that I'm a writer. And for the last 10 years, I've been writing a series on Facebook called The Thin Man. And yeah, Denise knows, paparazzi knows. And the Thin Man is such a convoluted and layered universe, a lot like Game of Thrones. And for 10 years, people have begged me to sit down and write the book. So the book has started. So I'm working on the book, the Thin Man, and it's just been a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm riding out with my club. My brothers and I are, it's just been a beautiful thing. What I didn't experience the first time out with the club, I'm experiencing now. And I want to thank the Lord for that, because it's a club I've always wanted to be in, and to be experiencing the joys of that club, the brotherhood, the love, the riding, the laughs. It's just a beautiful thing right now. I'm so enjoying it. And, I have a really good woman in my life who's trying to get me fat. She cooks so goddamn much. She's trying to get me fat right now. I'm fighting with her on that. So that's a beautiful thing. Honestly, I'm just enjoying breathing. And like people like paparazzi who never left my life, our conversations haven't changed. I talk to paparazzi maybe twice a week. We talk almost every day online. I talk to my riders who I'm still very close to. We laugh. And it's never really about club stuff. It's about life. And I'm just really, truly enjoying it, man. I'm truly enjoying it. So if you ask me what now, I'm enjoying my blessings, man. It's beautiful.
Okay.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I
That's
like
what's
that.
up, man.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
I got
Yeah.
a question for you, Preach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You stepped away from the organization, you come back, you're expressing how much you love it now. What advice would you give someone who stepped away from an organization but still have the love and passion for that organization and maybe want to go back into that organization?
It's like, Solo, that's a good
Come on,
question.
man. Bring it, drop it.
That's a good question. All right. So, okay. So let's talk about love. Because one of the things that I find to be the most insincere about this life, bikers are so quick to talk about, they're so quick to share cliches. Patch don't make the man, a man make the patch. It's about quality over quantity. Brotherhood forever, forever brotherhood. It's all BS. It's all BS. Y'all don't do none of that. Y'all don't do none of that. None of that. The guys that do, the women that do, it's rare. So when I left my club, I had to leave because I was going through the divorce. I was going through a custody fight. I was unemployed. People don't notice. This is one of the things that got me so frustrated. They're talking about rich preachers rich from selling T-shirts. I was homeless. I was couch surfing. And I couldn't be in the club because the club was being used against me legally. So I was dealing with questions about, my affiliation in a 1% club and about this and about that. It was just crazy work. But this is what I talk about with love. When I gave back my patches, dues paid up, I gave my patches back to the national president. He said, Preach, when you want them back, you come back to me. They're yours. But this is what I did that most people don't do. And this is where the sincerity comes in. I never put another patch on my back.
There you go.
I'm going to say it again because I think a lot of you motherfuckers didn't hear me. I never put another patch on my back. And I had other clubs. I had other clubs coming to me like I was LeBron, first round draft pick. Yo, Preach, you don't even have to prospect, B. We got your diamond right here. We got the. No. Because even though I wasn't wearing the patch in my club for years, I was still in my heart a member. And Indio will tell you this. Indio called me. He's like, yo, Preach, I need you to come down here on some club business or whatever business. It was Indio business. If he needed me, I came. If another brother needed me, I went. I stayed in my club even without the patches. How many of you suckers can say that? How many of you suckers can say that? So for me to come back, I'm not sure I came back because I'm not sure I ever left. So what I would just say is I just rode back home. What did I say, Doc? Remember? I just got to get home. Mm-hmm. Putting the patches back on was just me getting home.
Getting back home.
And you know what's funny? The patches all came back exactly where they were. I just had to follow the old stitching.
There you go, brother. There you go.
That's sincerity. There was no club hopping. There was no, I'm going to try another club. No. Because when I prospected and made it into my club, it wasn't the patch that went on my back. Ooh. It wasn't the patch that went on my back. It was the brotherhood that went in my heart. You feel me? And so it stayed there.
I feel you.
I'm preaching, goddammit. I'm like, what's that holy water?
Man, it's a guy quiet up in here, man. You can hear a pin drop, man.
Quiet in the church now.
That's why they call it preach, man. Hey, folks, man, we want to thank everybody for joining us. Before we get up out of here, man, we're gonna just kind of open it up. If you have anything that you want to address before we get off, Preach, I'm gonna ask you this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I get through my notes, keeping it 100.
Go ahead, baby.
Is this truly your last interview? And can you truly fade to black? Like go back into your club and stay away from Sucka Free MC and being Preach as far as Sucka Free MC?
I'm gonna tell you this. Solo, we get off the podcast tonight. You call me. You're like, yo, Preach, I got a production deal for you. It's gonna pay you $5 million a year. We're gonna bring the whole Sucka Free thing that you were trying to do before with the conferences and the TV show and the podcast and Preach.
Everything.
You're gonna do. I'm gonna pay you $5 million a year. You're gonna be the managing producer. Yo, I'm gonna be with my Sucka Free shirt like this. So if Solo don't call me and offer me the $5 million a year,
so it's a $5 million deal.
What I'm gonna do when we get off here, I'm gonna go have dinner with my old lady. We're gonna sit on the porch after dinner. We're gonna have a little smoke, a little drink. Might play some Jeffrey Osborne, some love ballads. You know what I mean? Play some Teddy Pendergrass and chill. And I'm gonna enjoy my life, baby. Is Sucka Free done? Is Sucka Free done? Let me tell you something. As long as for you to ask me, is Sucka Free done? Break Sucka Free down to a page or a magazine. Sucka Free was never a page or a magazine. Sucka Free, like you said in that very, very sexy intro that you wrote, it's a movement.
Yeah.
So just like I kept my club in my heart, if you believe and respect the protocols and tenets of this culture, then Sucka Free is never dead. It will never die. And so years later, when I see someone doing it right, when I see a female club with motorcycle clubs spelled out, when I see traditional clubs that have traditional values and protocols, that's Sucka Free to me. That's still there then. It doesn't need to be on a shirt. It doesn't need to be on a magazine. I'll just look at you and point. Whenever I see a post about Bessie Stringfield, I'm like this. I'm the old man. I'm the old man in the bar. The old guy in the bar pointing at the young ladies he can't sleep with no more.
OG.
I tell you, man. Hey,
That's
you gonna
Unc.
be OG for real.
Unc over there in the
calm
corner.
down, man. Unc, man.
Word
That's what
up.
you're gonna
Word
be
up.
doing, boy. Sit back with his
Word
Harley
up.
pockets on,
No
man.
doubt. I'm good.
No
I'm good.
doubt, man. No doubt. Well, Denise, look, man, we're gonna go ahead and kind of like just let you have a few words before we get ready to exit stage left. And yeah, please share your thoughts.
Yeah. So thank you so much for having me here. It was a little sketchy there for a minute, but I'm glad I made it back on with y'all. Yeah, like Preet said, it's in our hearts. Like as long as we keep on going and we keep on teaching the new ones coming up, the right way to do it, Sucka Free will always be. So, Preet, much love. Come up and catch me. You know where I
Oh, girl, I'll talk to you later.
You bet, baby. All
All
right.
right.
KSolo, thank you.
All right.
And
Indeed.
nice
Indeed.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Y'all have a good one. All right.
right.
Good night,
You too.
guys.
All right. Good night. All right,
Nice.
Doc. We winding it down.
Yep.
Preacher, is there anything else before we get ready to exit stage left, man, that you want to address that we didn't get a chance to touch on? I know there was a lot that we tried to get in there and keep it on the rails and stick to what we wanted to.
We addressed this, but I'm going to do it very quickly because I am always going to say that I might have been the face of Sucka Free, but I was never the body. The body, the soul, the heart of Sucka Free was Preach, Renegade, Nikki Blackwell, my editor-in-chief for many years, Knockout, Drake Coleman, Laura, rest in peace, Bear, my brother Bear from Outcast, rest in peace. There's so many other writers that did their thing. Miss Sunny, my God, thank you so very much. The editorial staff was incredible. I'm forgetting names. Please forgive me. For the models, Honey out of New Jersey, for her fine ass. My God, every time I posted her, she paid a mortgage for me. Honey was one of them. Chrissy, out of Boston was another one that was just so consistent with her advocacy of Sucka Free and doing the model, the professional shoots for us. There was so many more models. So forgive me that I don't have all your names right now. One of my favorite porn stars. Oh boy, her pictures are crazy. Lord, so we gotta keep it good. We had so many people, but I'm also going to thank a group of people that I did not thank. I want to thank the readers who came on the page day after day. Smooth, my God, thank you. Indio, thank you. But the people who came on the page, Hustle Man, oh, thank you, baby, who came on the page and contributed their experience, who contributed their opposition, their respectful opposition, different points of views to what we posted and allowed us to learn from you. I thank you. I humbly thank you for doing that because I learned so much from you. You know, a lot of people want to give me credit, but I learned so much from you. I love you. Thank you so very much for making these 20 years so interesting. And Solo and Dr. Jones, thank you for the forum. This was a great exorcism to just get it out, to release any, if I had any demons, they've been released through this 3-episode podcast. You guys have been great. You guys have been professional. And I will throw this out there. I thought about this. I'm going to surprise you with this. Solo, you and Jones, if you ever need me on the show or want me on the show, just give me a heads up.
Oh, man.
Give me a heads up,
Hey, listen.
and I will do my best to honor the request.
Cut the check.
Nice.
Cut the check. Cut the check. It's gonna be a hot one. That's gonna be a hot one.
Yeah.
You are
Hey,
more
thank
than
you.
welcome, sir. You are more than welcome.
We gonna fry some fish sandwiches to get him back on the show.
Hey man, Doc always want to fry some fish sandwiches. Hey,
Word up. Word
hey,
up.
folks. There you are. There you have it. He didn't answer my question. He actually did not answer my question about this being his last interview. He did not answer my question.
You know, listen, if somebody wants to interview me about what's going on with the Thin Man, I will be more than happy to do that. If you want to interview me about general topics about the MC culture, I will be more. I love talking about it.
Yeah.
I love talking about it. So
Yeah.
it's okay. All right, I'm going to answer it right now. This was my last Sucka Free MC interview. But if you want to talk about the MC culture, you got my number.
You got to come through his booking agent first. You need to lay down a couple rules first, because this is the premier channel for him. So anybody trying to get him on, hey man, it's been honor, man. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
Baldhead Nasty said, "Hey, preach." He said his question is, "What's in that cup? Is that Barb and Court?"
This ain't nothing but dark skin holy water.
Where's my coffee? Oh man, it's been great, man. It's been great having you on the show. Preach, man. The audience has truly enjoyed you coming on, breaking it down. People are still going and looking at the shorts. I cut them up, man, little 67 moments, and people have really been engaging with them. The comments have been there. So this will carry on. This will continue to grow. It will continue to spread. I just want to personally thank you from the bottom of my heart, man, for just even allowing us to bring you on, sir.
Thank you.
It's been an honor. Doc, any finals?
Nope. I learned some stuff. I need to go find the book. I'm about to go read some articles and learn some more stuff. I want to be able to check someone on protocol and leave me alone, because all I want to do is ride my motorcycle.
well, Doc, don't forget, I'm gonna see you at the gym. Doc.
Yeah, he's trying to get you in the gym, man, at a real gym.
Yeah, give me
hey man, I have a Planet Fitness membership, man. I use it because when I travel all over the country, typically Planet Fitness is 24 hours. I can go into the shower and shave, and even catch me a couple of winks of sleep if they don't come in and bother me inside the shower room. So I still pay my little $24 a month for my little. That's real talk, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of education, man. I want to start schooling people on how you can just kind of build. But hey, we're gonna have Boots and Jeans on the 21st, and Boots and Jeans spent 365 days on the road. Doc, you bumped into him down there in Jacksonville, Florida, at the all-female ride.
Yeah.
So we are looking
forward
to having them on. But it's going to be good because we're going to be talking techniques. We're going to be talking. They love free stuff and how to survive out there and on a budget with it as well. We're going to be talking mechanical, gold wing riders, Harley riders. A lot of good information about riding, about living a lifestyle, and then because they are independent, they live a different lifestyle than people on the MC set. And that's another thing we're gonna bring you back on for another episode.
Just give me a call, baby. I got you.
Can't put it out there too much. All right. Well, listen, man, this is hurt, man. I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go.
You got my number, man. I'll talk to you later.
Bandwidth, man. We're out of bandwidth. Daggone it. They didn't cut the check. But listen.
Great show, man. Great show, man.
Indeed. We want to thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. And I definitely be getting you something in the mail. Just shoot me your address, and I just want to get you something.
I got you, baby. I got you.
All right. Well, you take care. God bless.
Absolutely.
Man. And tell Dynamite we said what's up, hello, and thank you.
I will.
Indeed. All right.
Doc.
Don't give it to me.
Man,
We knocked the trilogy out the park. You ain't gonna do
listen, folks.
you ain't
Listen,
gonna do
folks. Listen, folks. Wait a minute, Doc. You froze, Doc. You froze. Again. There you go, man. There you go. Hey, folks, man, I'm excited. This has truly been a great interview. We could a little bit deeper with it, but at the same time, you know, there was certain things, certain wishes that we talked about bringing him on beforehand, that we just didn't want to cross that barrier, that threshold, or open those doors or those wounds. But I think it's been great. The audience really enjoyed it. Yeah, Doc. So we got Boots and Jeans lined up for our next episode. Can't wait to get them on, folks. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one with Boots and Jeans. There they are right there, a couple that ride Gold Wings. They also have a YouTube channel. Make sure you go over there, check them out, Boots and Jean Riders. And it's going to be informative. It's going to be very informative. It's going to help a lot of you out that's looking at getting on the road, surviving on the road, and even getting into some different things about motorcycle riding, long distance motorcycle riding, and just extended time staying out. Doc, anything else?
No.
We're 2 hours and 12 minutes into it, man. I'm already overtime on the bandwidth.
Them donations been coming in helping out with the bandwidth, I see. 2 hours and 12 minutes on a Sunday.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you that credit card worked miracles.
Wait, what?
Hey, folks, we're up out of here, man. Thank you for tuning in. Right, I would say KSolo the podcast, motorcycle podcast show, the motorcycle podcast show. That's what we're officially naming it, the motorcycle podcast show. Right here, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, and on Thursday, same time frame. And for Hoka Hey Talk. So listen, folks, once again, we want to give Preach a big old round of applause and Denise a big old round of applause for coming on the channel. Thank you. We got to get out of here, folks. All right, we're out of here, Doc. Cut the check. We're out. And remember, aspire to inspire. Be legendary. Thank you
and be legendary. Good night, everybody.
What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Most Wanted, in the building. You already know the vibes. Inspired by KSolo DaRyder. If you haven't tapped into the podcast yet, you're missing out. Go check it out, catch a vibe, and get inspired. If you're already tuned in, keep that energy flowing and that podcast on lock. It's your girl, Most Wanted. I'm out.
It's your girl A Boogie. Big shout out to KSolo DaRyder, holding it down with the writing with KSolo podcast. If you love the open roads, good vibes, and real rider talk that hits home, this is where it's at. Keep it locked in, keep it rolling, and remember, like KSolo always says, be legendary.
What's going on, y'all? Lincoln Infield here, Carolina's Full Throttle Magazine. Always a proud supporter of KSolo and everything he does, rides, everything like that. Amazing association, man. I'm proud to be associated. Y'all take it easy. We'll see you around.
What's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? You already know what it is. It's your boy Retro. We in the building, and you already know we ride with KSolo DaRyder. It's a privilege. It's an honor. Make sure you tune into the podcast, and you will be inspired. If you don't believe me, tune in and see. Your boy Retro told you so.